Every organization needs a great foundation. Let's meet Conway Medical Centers today on Carolina People, coming up next. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at Beach First Center on the corner of 38th and Grissom Parkway. We're focused on the 2007 Conway Medical Center Foundation Gala. And we're visiting with its Associate Executive Director, Jessica Sasser. Good morning, Jessica.
Morning. How are
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Early morning. I don't know who you got to sub in for you this morning with your boys. Your
Dad.
hubby must be stepping in.
That's
right.
right.
That's right. Early
That's right.
morning for him. Yeah.
That's right.
Thank you for getting up here. And what about this building?
It's
So
great.
It's incredible. Yeah.
It is.
Did
It's
you get
great.
to check it out this morning?
Just a little bit. You know, my husband is a biologist with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, so we're into conservation.
Oh, yeah.
And it's exciting that Myrtle Beach has a facility like this.
Right.
So.
That really did it right on as a green building, I think. You probably know more about it than I do. Yeah. You and your husband talked about it this morning.
Well, we read a lot about it in the paper,
Right.
and of course he's into that conservation and works a lot with other conservationists in this area and corporations like Santee Cooper and,
Right.
and that sort of thing. So we kind of kept up with it through the
Yeah.
media.
Yeah, I saw it as well. It was fascinating
Yeah.
reading about it. I think it's the first of its kind in the area, or one of the first.
Mm-hmm.
Surely on a big building like this. And, of course, we're in the administrative offices of Beach First National Bank. And to see it spread in here, Nelson Mullins is right above us, and obviously the lobby and the center area down below. It's just an incredible facility.
It is.
It really is.
It is.
Are you originally from the area, Jessica?
Yes, I am. Born and raised, which I understand that's kind of unusual
Ooh,
now
yeah,
that
that's right.
we have all these people moving into the area. But yes, born and raised here in Conway, and grew up here. Have a lot of brothers and sisters and
Do
family.
you really?
And,
Yeah. How many
yeah.
brothers and sisters?
Well, I'm one of 8
Oh, come on.
children. Actually, I'm number 7.
Is that
And
right?
we always had a big holiday, lots of children, and lots of fun.
You
So-
have 7 brothers and sisters?
Yes, I do.
That's incredible. Are they all in the area, or are they spread out?
Most are in this area, yes. I do have a sister in Raleigh, and I also have a sister in Florence.
Great,
So,
good.
most in this area.
And your husband's from the area as well?
My husband's from the area as well, and his family's from the area, the Sasser family. A lot of doctors in his family.
Right, sure. Tied
So-
into Conway Medical Center as well, I'm
That's
sure.
right.
At least into the Conway area.
Yes, that's right. So when we get together for family reunions, it's a big crowd.
Yes, yes. I remember, maybe it was Charles Sasser, actually. I'm not sure. It was a doctor who was with us talking about palliative care
Yes.
on Carolina People about 3 years ago. We were filming over in the old Herald offices on the Air Force Base, and he was a great guest, just moving. Was it Charles Sasser?
It is Dr.
is.
Charles Sasser.
Right.
Yes.
Who deals
yes.
in palliative care?
He does. He's done a lot of work with Mercy Hospice, and
Oh, I
he does
bet.
a lot of work with the hospital as well. And actually, the palliative care program, the foundation supports that program.
Is that right?
Yes, it
One of
does.
the many
One
programs
of the
you all
many.
support. I know you've got with you one of the flyers that you recently sent out to folks, bringing people up to date on what goes on. And on there, I saw palliative care, and I think Health Reach is a big one.
Yes.
The van that y'all, there's a lot that
Yes.
goes on in the community. I'm always amazed.
Health Reach is kind of the umbrella term for all of the programs that we support. The palliative care program, the Health Reach van, Backpack Buddies, and some of those programs. So Health Reach is really a broad term for all of our community outreach efforts. And we sent this flyer out recently at the end of the year to about 10,000 people in our community, thanking them for their donations throughout the year, and also encouraging them to donate again the following year.
Yes.
So,
Much of, as you shared with us earlier this morning, much of the mission of Conway Medical Center Foundation, really, I think you said, supporting so many of the initiatives.
right. Well, Conway Hospital is a nonprofit hospital, so we support the programs that the hospital can't really afford in their operating budget. So a lot of that is community outreach to people in this Horry County community who can't afford health insurance. We call that community the working poor, because a lot of times it's people who work and have jobs, but they can't afford health insurance. They're either self-employed, or they work for a company that can't, or a business, small business, that can't afford health insurance. But they make too much money to qualify for Medicaid or Medicare. So we try to assist those individuals who don't have that assistance from Medicaid.
That is very important. Of course, the hospital really goes above and beyond. Oftentimes when folks come in, you must have lots of people who visit the emergency room or otherwise who have clearly no way to pay, but show up and have to be attended. I guess for-profit hospitals don't turn them away either.
No.
I mean, they have to be accepted.
Right, they do, and
emergency.
the hospital covers those costs, you know. It's very interesting. About 12% of the Horry County population is just underinsured or can't afford health insurance. So we service about 25,000 individuals
Is
in
that
Horry
right?
County.
Wow, annually. Son of a gun. And of course, you mean beyond the medical center? You mean the entire facility itself?
Right.
25% of the.
25,000.
Oh, 25,000.
Of the
Excuse me.
population.
Yes. But still, that's
Here in Horry
as you said,
County.
12%, a tremendous number. To think about that many of a 250,000 in population or more to know that many are underinsured or uninsured and have to turn to y'all.
Also, what the Health Reach program does is we try to, catch these people before it gets bad enough that they have to go to the emergency room. A lot of times they get sick, go straight to the emergency room, and you walk in the emergency room, it's $500 off the bat, just about. So we try to assist these people in other ways. We do screenings, breast cancer screenings, prostate screenings, blood glucose levels, and things of that nature, so that we can get these people and refer them to the appropriate physician or to the appropriate facility. So,
had you thought at an early age, Jessica, about getting involved in healthcare or being involved with in a philanthropic organization like the Conway Medical Center Foundation, or is this something that came to you later in life?
That's funny that you asked that, because my stepfather is a pediatrician.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Yeah.
he is, and he's been a pediatrician for about 40 years in the Horry County community, Dr. Brad Courtney.
Okay.
And, I think I just grew up around it and, listened to his stories about his patients.
Right. Yeah.
And so I caught on to that at an early age. There were a lot of times where we'd sit around the dinner table and, patients would call and he'd get interrupted, or he had to go out to the hospital and we'd tag along with him.
Really?
It was back.
He's a pediatrician.
He's a pediatrician.
Yeah.
We'd tag along with him because at that time there were no HIPAA rules or anything like that, privacy issues, so we could just go in the rooms and watch him be a physician to a lot of little kids in the area. So I guess I did unconsciously caught on to that, and I enjoy it. I enjoy being able to feel like I help other people.
Yeah, sure. How about your 7 brothers and sisters? Any of them gotten into the medical profession? Or
Nobody really did,
no
I
one
guess.
directly, yeah.
Nobody
But
really
everyone
did.
obviously got a little bug from Dr. Courtney.
Yeah. And then, as you said earlier, I married into the Sasser family.
Right.
And there's a lot of physicians in that family. I guess it's sort of in my blood.
Yeah, so maybe, and that means I guess it's in one of your boys' blood or in both of their
Well,
blood.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll go off to medical school and become doctors and
Oh, gal, and
be
slave
successful.
away. Yeah. I talking to Glenda McIntyre last week, who's has 2 boys, and one of them who's now in his first year of residency, and hearing about that. She said he looks like a zombie at times, just absolutely drained, and her husband Brian, obviously at Grand Strand, and as a cardiovascular surgeon, and the time that he has to be available for, as you say, hearing about your stepfather and his having to make himself available at times for serious issues. And you just never know, particularly if it's your child, you never know how severe something is, and you want to get attention, need attention, because you don't know what will happen.
I tell you, we used to get some calls at home from some frantic mothers, wanting to know what to do.
Yeah,
And
and
so,
hopefully a couple of frantic fathers as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
But I'm sure a lot of moms.
yeah. And so they would call the house, and, sure enough, he'd say, well, just give him some Tylenol or,
No. Just a little time.
calm down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's his first words, probably. Calm down.
That's right.
Now, do you call him now, or is he still living? Yeah,
He is.
right.
He's still
He's
living.
not practicing.
He is still practicing.
Oh, great! Congratulations.
Yes.
I'm sorry, something I don't
Yes.
know. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Yes, he is still practicing, and it's funny. Sometimes I walk around the hospital, and people know that he's my stepfather, and they say, he was my doctor.
Oh no.
And they're
yeah.
30, 40 years old now.
Sure. Sure.
And now he's my child's doctor. So
That's great.
it's neat. It's neat.
So he's in his.
He's in his 70s.
He's in his 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
an
doing great.
active
Still practicing.
Pediatrician. That's
Yep.
great. That's
Still
great.
doing it. Mm-hmm.
That is tremendous. I guess many of the support mechanisms or the things that he would have been utilizing years ago are probably the same now. I mean, the same
Right.
advice he was giving 20, 30, 40 years ago are probably the same now.
Exactly.
That is fascinating. Well, of course, the Conway Medical Center Foundation, the big gala, 11 days from today.
Yes.
On January 27th, and it's in a
Yes.
new location this year.
It is. We have gone to the Marina Inn at the Grand Dunes
Yeah.
this year, and they are a brand new facility. They just
Right.
opened in November, and beautiful, beautiful place. I
Is
mean,
it? Yeah.
It's
yeah.
it's beautiful. It's right on the Intercoastal Waterway. The rooms there are gorgeous. The interior decorator, whoever did it, I don't
Right.
know,
Did
but
it right.
did
yeah.
it right.
Wow.
I'm excited to have the facility here in the Myrtle Beach area. I can't imagine what their business will be like this summer with
Yeah.
all the tourists. So
They'll be
so it's
slammed,
exciting.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Now, of course, I think you shared with me y'all are totally sold out, albeit folks still keep calling you to try to find a way to get in.
We are, and this is a first for us.
Is that right, to sell out? Oh, come on.
Well, we've sold
Yeah,
out,
sure.
but it's really a first for us to sell out so quickly. I
Right.
mean, this gala is fairly young.
Seventh annual, right?
Seventh annual.
Right.
And so we're excited that it's finally caught on in this community. We have so many wonderful galas and events
Yeah, sure.
here. You're always worried about, is mine going to be a good one? Are people going to want to come? But it's really going to be an exciting year being at the new place and being sold out. We've got some great people involved, some great companies, and
Right.
a great auction planned.
Yes.
So we're excited about that.
Yeah, I think you did. And you talked about some of the tremendous sponsors. You got a great headlining, big presenting two sponsors this year.
We do. We've got Suncom
Uh-huh.
and Horry County State Bank as
That's
our
right.
presenting sponsors. And then, of course, we have Myrtle Beach Herald.
We love the Myrtle Beach Herald. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll show
Yeah.
that all the time. You get that? Yeah.
We have the Myrtle Beach Herald, and we have Conway Chrysler,
Oh, great. Good.
who they have always been a strong supporter of the hospital and our
Absolutely.
programs. We also have Coastal Urology,
Coastal Urology.
who came in at the last minute, but
That's right.
we're happy to have them as well.
And
And we have Waccamaw Cardiology.
Andy Gresco,
Andy
we
Gresco.
love. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Andy, is co-chairing the Heart Ball this year.
Yes,
I
I
don't know
know.
if you knew that.
I know
Patty
he's
and-
real involved
right.
with the Heart Association.
He is.
As he should be.
Oh, he absolutely. He and Todd Harms are co-chairing the Heart Ball.
Mm-hmm.
I think you may have met his wife, our producer, earlier this morning. And, of course, we had Renee Mink in the sponsorship chair in yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and Ray Spitz, the board chair, in tomorrow. So you're surrounded by the Heart Association,
Yeah,
I'm afraid.
yeah.
And, of course, I'm sure that's a mission you'd support anyway.
Well, it is. The hospital is always a sponsor of the
Yes,
Heart
we're very
Ball,
thankful.
and
Absolutely. A big
we always
sponsor.
try to attend that event. It's a very important event and an important cause in this community, and of
Oh, yeah.
course, we're very supportive of the Heart
Sure.
Association.
The medical center as well as and the foundation. And Burns has served on the board, the Waccamaw Division Board,
Mm-hmm.
Horry and Georgetown County Board, year after year after year. I think he only recently rotated his term off,
Mm-hmm.
so we were sad to see him not at all those board meetings. But of course, to know all the efforts you all do, and you've got that Kingston Classic, the big event
Yes.
in mid-May or the end of May.
Yes, we do. The Kingston Golf Classic, that is in its 13th year, I believe.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Wow.
13th, 14th. And in the past, it's been hosted at Wild Wing Plantation.
Right.
So
right.
we have a new venue this year for that event as well.
Oh, wow.
So it's an exciting event time around the foundation office.
Yes.
It's going to be at Legends this
Great.
year. And
You've got waste management involved again?
already signed on.
You're kidding.
Already signed on.
Those guys have got too much money. Yeah.
I guess so.
There must be something about waste hauling.
They've
yeah.
been our presenting sponsor for the past couple of years.
Is that
and,
right?
They bring a big crowd of golfers and
Do
a
they
big
really?
crowd
Waste
of volunteers.
management?
Yes, they do. And we have a good time with their employees. And it's just, that's a 3-day event. So it's a lot of golf.
May 25, 26, and 27.
Yes, it's always Memorial Day weekend.
Right.
And that's just a fun event. We throw in a big party and a silent auction, and we have a big championship at the end. And,
Really? Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun.
The folks take it seriously.
They do, and they do. And it's become a reunion of sorts, really, because a lot of the same sponsors have been in it from the beginning. And you know, when all the players go and sign in on the first day, that Friday,
Right.
it's kind of like old home week. And we see a lot of the people that, you know, we haven't seen in a year, and they keep coming back. And so that event raises about $80,000 to $90,000.
Wow, is that right?
That's our
Almost
biggest
$100
event.
grand. Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, actually, the Winter Gala this year may rival it. If you're already at a sold-out and over-sold-out capacity, and, of course, it being 11 days away, we want to get into that. We got about 7 minutes, and
Okay.
obviously the Kingston Classic at Legends and so many tremendous sponsors that you all have, and folks come in from everywhere, as you said.
Right.
Other than Waste Management, a lot of locals really help make that happen. But an event, I think you said this is the 7th year of the Gala.
It is. It's the 7th year of the gala. I want to give some credit to our committee.
Yeah.
We have a committee of about 25
No, really?
people, and a lot of those people are physician wives. A lot of those people are physicians themselves.
Really? Great.
We have some companies that support us, some representatives from those companies support us, and it's just a tremendous committee. Bonnie Hughes, who is one of the owners of Conway Chrysler, is our
Right.
chairman this year.
Great.
And they just put a lot of time and effort into all the little details, and I've met with them earlier this week, and it was our final meeting before the gala, and we just have a good time doing the plans, and they really come out the day of the event and do all the grunt work, the setup,
Yeah, yeah.
the setup,
work
and
you're
by
not
the
doing, yeah.
and by the time they put their gowns on or their tuxedos on, you know,
Almost worn out.
they're
yeah.
almost worn out.
Sure.
But we couldn't do any of this without some of the volunteers that support us.
25 folks on the committee. Yeah.
25 folks
you
on the
must have
committee. And it's a working committee.
Right. That's tremendous. And of course, an event like that, when you're putting 400 to 500 folks in a room or rooms, as you said, for an event like that to think about, it really does take a lot of volunteers
It
year
does.
after year
It does.
to make that happen.
It does. We're looking forward to January the 27th and maybe even the day after.
Right. I'm sure that Sunday after, hanging out. And is there opportunity for folks to stay there at the inn that night, or is that...
Yes, there is. Marina Inn has been generous to give us rooms at a discounted rate
Great.
for Conway Medical Center. And, you know, off the top of my head, I don't know how many rooms have been booked, but I do
Right.
know a lot have been. But,
Sure.
yeah, we encourage people to stay that night. And, you know, it's a late night. So
Sure.
we'd like for people to stay and spend the night there.
Folks can call your office if you don't. You may not know, and you probably do know the Marina Inn's phone number off the top of your head. But if not, if they've got tickets and they want to make reservations, they can either call over there or they can call y'all.
Right, right. We'll be glad to, you know, forward them in the right direction.
Okay,
To
what's
stay
that
there.
number, Jessica, for y'all's office?
It is 347-8058.
Okay, 843-347-8058. And of course, again, y'all are totally sold out, I know, but folks still keep calling. Probably that number, or emailing, or sending threatening letters to try to get in. It sounds like it's always great to have a sold-out event, and you
It
know
is.
folks want to be there. And as you said, year after year, and you've also got a great auxiliary.
We do. We have about 300 members. of
Really?
our auxiliary. Yes, yes. They
They're
walk.
a big sponsor this year. I think
They
I saw they're the
are.
entertainment sponsor.
They are. They're sponsoring the entertainment. They have a couple of tables at the event, and can go out and have a good time. The holiday band is going to be our
great.
entertainment this year.
Yeah.
They play, all the beach boogie and blues, and
Right.
the auxiliary helped us with that. So
Mhm,
we are very
mhm.
thankful.
I saw you had some other great sponsors. A dessert sponsor, Carolina Radiology.
Yes.
Of course, WPD is your media sponsor,
Yes.
which is great to have them involved. Syntex Homes as a reception and auction sponsor. I
Yes.
think there was even a dessert sponsor.
Yes, that was Carolina Radiology. So we're going to do something fun with the desserts to
Yes.
kind of give them some advertisement.
That's hilarious. I should have talked to Renee about that yesterday while she was here. That's
Yeah.
funny. When you think about so many things, Jessica, as you talked about, the Conway Medical Center Foundation having to raise funds, these are two big events, the Kingston Classic, the gala itself, the Winter Gala. Are there other opportunities during the year that folks, or is it principally they can respond to mail-outs, to make donations? Are there other opportunities for folks to make donations to the foundation?
Absolutely. You can just make a donation, and it doesn't matter about the amount, really. I mean, $5, $10 can really go a long way.
Yeah.
And as you say that, I think about our employees. Every year we have an employee drive, and that's kind of how we kick off our season. And our employees give back about $60,000 to the foundation.
$60,000, is that right?
That is right.
Wow, that's tremendous. The Conway Medical Center employees, right?
Yes, Conway
right.
Medical Center employees.
Right.
And
I didn't know if you just meant the foundation employees or
No.
the entire medical center employees. That's tremendous.
Right, it is.
And of course, they're probably still supporting other groups like
United
Way. Absolutely.
Yeah, United Way and the Heart Association, and their colleges and churches and
Right.
all of those. But we ask them to give back to the foundation first, and then it makes us feel comfortable asking people in the community because we've asked within our organization, and if they believe in us, then we feel like the community believes in us as well. So that's why we go out and ask. But yeah, you can make cash donations. We have an endowment program, of course, memorials,
Right.
and that sort of thing. So there's several different ways you can give.
Do you ever have folks that try to make in-kind donations, or do you all accept
yes.
in-kind donations?
In-kind donations, we certainly do. As a part of the Winter Gala, we have the auction.
Sure.
And so we have received several in-kind donations for that.
Great.
Club Car has donated a club car to the auction.
Great.
Fowler Motors has donated a Mercedes pedal car,
Oh,
which
good.
will be fun.
Yeah, I've seen those in the past. They're
yeah.
very handsome.
We have all sorts of things. Dance lessons from the Fred Astaire studio here in Myrtle Beach.
Great.
All sorts of packages.
Folks could still donate auction items even up to now. Are
Yes.
you still accepting auction
We
items?
are. We're
Great.
still accepting auction items.
And folks could call you at the 347-8058 number?
That's correct.
Are you the person to ask for, Jessica?
Sure.
Okay.
Ask for me or Burns Massey, who's our executive director.
Good.
And sure, we'll take anything.
When is the cutoff for auction items?
I would like to say next week sometime, a week before the event.
Right. Okay. Good. So we're
Yeah.
a week out, and the event's on January 27th. So we're getting
Yes,
close.
we're
That's
getting
right.
close.
Congratulations
Thank
on a
you.
sellout event this year, and
Thank
thanks so
you.
much for coming in, Jessica.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Jessica Sasser coming up next. Think of that, one of 8 kids. One of 8 kids. She got that bug at an early age, whatever it was, whether it was going out with a stepfather on those calls, calling on patients late at night, going back to the hospital. You heard her talk about that. She probably didn't know she'd get involved with health care in this capacity. She knew she had that in her blood, as you heard her say. It's an incredible event. Of course, it is sold out, the 2007 Winter Gala, but they're still taking calls now for next year's event. You can put your name on the list, the 7th annual 2007 Winter Gala, Conway Medical Center Foundation. Give them a call if you've got an idea of an auction item you'd possibly like to donate, or if you want to get lined up for next year, you can call them at 347-8058. call them. One of those items, you never know what kind of dollars it could raise. It could tickle somebody's fancy, and those dollars can go to support the Health Reach van, the Health Reach mission in general, or one of many endowments there at the Conway Medical Center Foundation. Give them a call.